They say the dead take their secrets to the grave. I believed that for 3 long years. I lived in this house, walked these halls, and slept in our bed, thinking I knew every chapter of the woman I loved. But today, the floorboards spoke. And what I found inside this book didn't just change my memories of Sarah. It shattered them. If you think you truly know the person sleeping next to you, think again. My name is Elias. Sarah passed away 3 years ago in a sudden car accident. Since that day, time hasn't moved forward, it has just hovered. Every corner of this house still smells like her lavender perfume. The silence here is so heavy it rings in my ears. Friends told me to sell the place. They said the memories were haunting me. But I couldn't leave. I felt like if I walked out that door, I'd be abandoning her all over again. It was a Tuesday. A specific floorboard in the bedroom had been creaking for months. I finally decided to fix it, just to have something to do with my hands. I expected to find old nails or maybe some insulation. Instead, I found a small, leather-bound diary wrapped in plastic. Her handwriting was on the first page. It was shaky, as if she were crying while writing. It said, "For the days when my voice is no longer a whisper." My hands were shaking so hard I could barely turn the page. The first entry was from 4 years ago. A year before the accident. May 14th, Elias is sleeping beside me right now. He looks so peaceful, so innocent. I want to scream the truth at him, but the fear is like a cold stone in my throat. How do you tell the man you love that your entire life together is built on a foundation of lies? I stopped breathing. A lie. Sarah was the most honest person I had ever met. We shared everything, or so I thought. I kept reading, my heart hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. The diary wasn't just a journal. It was a confession. She wrote about a man named Julian. A name I had never heard in our 5 years of marriage. She wrote about secret meetings in the park and a debt she was paying for a sin committed long before we met. Julian called again. He says the past doesn't stay buried. He's threatening to tell Elias where the money for my father's surgery really came from. Elias thinks I'm an angel. But I'm just a woman hiding in the shadows, praying the light never finds me. Every word felt like a physical blow. I felt like a stranger in my own home. Was our marriage even real? Or was I just a shield she used to hide from a world I didn't understand? I almost burned the book right then. I didn't want to know any more. But then, I reached the final entries. The month of the accident. The tone changed. The fear was gone. It was replaced by a tragic, beautiful resolve. October 12th. I've made my choice. Julian wants me to leave Elias and go back to that life to pay off the interest. He doesn't understand. I would rather die than see the light in Elias's eyes go out. I've taken every cent of our savings to finish this. Elias will hate me. He'll think I'm irresponsible. Let him. As long as he stays whole, I am okay with being broken. I felt the air leave my lungs. I remembered that week. I had screamed at her because our savings account was empty. I called her selfish. I called her a child. She just stood there, taking my words, crying silently. She was protecting my soul from a truth that would have destroyed me. The last entry was written the morning she died. I'm meeting Julian one last time to hand over the final payment. I feel a weight lifting. Tonight, I will come home and tell Elias everything. Tonight, we can finally be free. I love him more than life itself. She never made it home. She wasn't just a victim of a random accident. She was rushing back to me. To her freedom. To her truth. Finding that diary didn't just give me the truth. It gave me my wife back. Not the perfect version I had imagined, but a real, brave, flawed woman who fought monsters in the dark so I could sleep in the light. My life changed forever that day. I stopped mourning a ghost and started honoring a hero. I realized that love isn't about knowing every secret, it's about the sacrifices people make to keep those secrets from hurting you. If you are listening to this, and you have someone you love, don't wait for a diary under the floorboards. Ask the hard questions. Listen to the whispers of their heart. And above all, forgive the flaws. Because those flaws are often the scars of battles they fought for you. Thank you for sharing this journey with me on Whispers Between Hearts. Have you ever discovered a secret that changed how you saw someone? Let me know in the comments. And if this story touched your soul, please subscribe. Let's keep the whispers alive. Khuda Hafiz.